Hello everybody, I'm Crazy KO, and that's the sound of conscience with a chip bag. And welcome back to the Testament of Sherlock Holmes. I got it right this time. Last episode, we accidentally pushed someone into lava, essentially, and they golemed and died. So yeah, that was pleasant. But we also gotta play as a dog and do some science, so positives. What? No. Oh, there. None in here? She's playing charades now. Yeah, and we're not going to tell the police about it, and Watson was apparently fine with that, which was somewhat surprising, and now we're just going to leave. Yeah, that's how this goes. La, 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 la. Oh no, we're not going to leave like this, we're going to leave by a map. Where is this our map? Yeah, here we go. Alright, so that was Kensington Gardens. Let's go to the jail next. Let's do that.
Here we are at the famous Westgate Prison, one of the oldest and shortest in the kingdom.
I've heard that it is soon going to be demolished. Don't you find it strange that it still houses criminals as dangerous as Hans Schielmann?
There's nothing strange about it, Watson. The name of this prison is linked with numerous failed escape attempts. As long as it stands, the criminals will fear it.
Interesting.
Good morning, gentlemen. Are you expected?
No, but we wish to meet with one of your prisoners, Hans Schielmann.
I'm afraid that at the moment that is impossible. Access to the cells is controlled strictly. You can't go there without permission from the director.
Then would you be so good as to announce us? I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson.
Famous Holmes and Watson. What an honour. My name is Brighton. Frank Brighton. I'm afraid that I can't announce you. I'm not allowed to leave my post, under any circumstances. But I'm sure that the director won't refuse to see you, even without an appointment. Do you see the corridor behind the reception? Follow it to the secretary's office. You'll find him there.
Thank you, Warden Brighton.
Sounds good.
One last thing. Hans Schielmann received any visits lately?
None. And I'm sure because I've dealt with receiving visitors for several weeks now. I volunteered because it's a calm post to be in. We don't get many visitors and it gives me time to write. Just like you, Dr. Watson. I enjoy literature and the...
Very good. Thank you.
That was very impolite, Holmes. That man admires our work. You could have given him...
Another time. Let's go and meet the director of the prison.
I'm a very busy man, Watson. I don't have time to listen to people talk about their own poetry and literature. Hello.
Sorry, but this area is prohibited without a pass. Please leave.
Okay, I won't go in there. I was just trying to use my sleuthing skills. Now I can't move. Why can't I move? Well, broke the game. Okay. I've been arrested. I can't move. Someone super glued me to the spot. Okay. Okay. All right. I restarted. Let's not go in that room of sudden death. Ooh, there was something there. A clue. A clue. Yes?
We must see the prison director quickly.
Oh, okay. I was talking to you. Sorry. Administration.
Closed.
Okay. Secretary. Entryway?
Closed.
Closed. Where is the secretary? Check room? Maybe I should actually read some of these. Secretary! There we go. Use your brain. Beep, beep, beep. She's asleep.
Good morning, miss.
Oh, excuse me, I dropped off. Good morning, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We would like to talk to the director.
I'll just go and see if he can receive you.
Oh, okay, she is getting up. I was like, she's just gonna stare at us now? Ms. Jenny Patterson.
Tiredness, pale face, stiffness. I believe that the young lady is expecting a happy event.
It would seem so.
No.
This small rack is for urgent letters to be given immediately to the director.
That's it? No comments? Oh, I froze again.
This charming
Oh, there we go.
secretary is Miss Jenny Patterson.
Miss Jenny Patterson. She's got a cute little stove.
Hot tea.
Hot tea. Hey, look, it's a coat exactly like mine. It's a sign. This is the person who looks like me. It's my doppelganger. He runs a prison.
The director's office, Mr. P. Patterson. No need to go in there. Strange. The director and the secretary have the same name.
Yes, Sherlock.
I'm delighted to meet you, Mr. Holmes. I am Paul Patterson, director of this establishment. You wish to talk to me? I hope this unexpected visit isn't to announce bad news.
No, do not worry. We are investigating an affair of the highest importance, one which could potentially affect the security of the kingdom. Therefore, it is imperative that we interview one of your prisoners, Hans Schielmann.
Hans, the rat killer. He's been in here for a long while now, and he's had no contact with the outside. How could he be involved in such an affair?
That is what we would like to find out.
And you have been commissioned by Scotland Yard?
Evidently.
Very well. I have complete confidence in you, Mr.
I like
Holmes.
that we can just lie.
I will draw up a pass that you should give to Warden James in the guard room. He will show you to the cells.
Thank you,
That's where we got
Director.
stuck last
Keep
time.
me informed of your progress. And if there is anything else, don't hesitate to let me know.
We shall certainly do so.
Cool.
Miss Patterson, you have the same name as the director. Are you related?
Come, Watson. Anyone who might have made the slightest study of anthropology would have noted the similarities between the young lady and her father.
Oh, I was going to say,
Mr.
wife,
Holmes is
but-
right, I am his daughter, but he doesn't like to talk about it. I think he's afraid of being accused of favoritism.
I'm sure it was your qualities alone which secured you this position, miss.
If you must try out your powers of seduction, then what do you say about using them on the rat killer? Goodbye, miss.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Cool. Alright, let's go. Meow. What is this? This is check room. Is it closed?
Closed.
Alright, let's go. Meow. Cloakroom entryway. Guards, 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 guards. Guards!
Sorry, but this area is prohibited without a pass. Please leave.
I have a pass. Oh, do I need to give you my pass? Oh, am I stuck now? Oh no, I'm not stuck. I'm okay. Pass. Okay. I'm back!
You've got a pass to the high security area. It's the door at the end. Go ahead.
Thank you.
It is potassium nitrate, isn't it?
Yes. Saltpeter or whatever.
It is about the signing in book. This information board is almost empty. Strange, in view of the activity in the prison.
Someone's been playing dominoes.
My name is Peter James, Chief Warden, and this is Deputy Warden O'Sullivan.
I imagine I will find Hans Schielmann behind these bars in the basement.
Yes, the high security cells are down there.
Is this the only access?
Yes, there was a second door at the end of the main hall, but it's been blocked up as a security measure.
Thank you, Chief Warden.
At your service. If you require further information, Warden Mackenzie will help you. He's at his post in the basement.
Tell me about the prisoners, Warden James.
We only have a few. As you might be aware, the days of this place are numbered. Therefore, we no longer receive new prisoners. Those who are already here are among the most dangerous in London. We have 3 at the moment. Hans the Rat Killer and the Flint brothers.
The Flint brothers?
Yes, 2 rather simple-minded maniacs who detest one another despite their relation. They massacred their parents and decapitated their neighbours. It took more than 9 policemen to overpower them.
Interesting.
There isn't any information on the notice board. Should there be notes about duties?
Yes, there should be, but Miss Patterson hasn't put up the guard's assignments for this week yet. It's not like her. Usually she does it first thing in the morning. Without these instructions, the guard in the basement won't be changed. I would go and get them, but I don't want the director.
What, you can't do your own shift rotation? Gee, we've left Matt down there for, 48 hours? Nah, he doesn't need a relief. I show up for work, I normally relieve him, but the board doesn't say so, so I'm just gonna go home.
How does not having the information about guard duty stop you from ensuring the watch in the basement?
Because of the system of opening the doors, Mr. Holmes. As you can see, they are equipped with a mechanical timer which answers to a code. When the timer stops, that is to say at the end of each watch, the doors block automatically and the code is reset. It is therefore impossible to open the doors without the new code.
And who has the code?
Only the guard who takes the new watch. He's the only one who can open the envelope that it's kept in. He learns it by heart and destroys the message.
Very clever. But let's look at the limits of this procedure. One false note, and the system falls apart.
Or you forget the code.
Mr. Holmes, I am a huge admirer of yours. I have followed all your cases and successes
I
with
really
the
probably
greatest
should have done
interest.
that one first.
What enthusiasm! Have
Random
you ever
outbreak.
thought of a career in the police
Outburst.
force?
Have I thought about it? It's my dream. And I'm going to try my chance once this establishment closes down. I'm studying hard for the examination to get into police school.
Cool.
See you later, Mr. Holmes.
So am I going down then?
This device must be the alarm.
Yes. I thought you had to have the code. I'm apparently just that magical. Yep, I'm magical.
Here's the famous high security
I can open
area.
prison doors without codes.
Warden Mackenzie, at your service, sir.
Good morning, Warden. I have a pass which allows me to speak with prisoner Hunts.
Very well. It is the cell at the end to your left. I'd advise you to walk in the middle of the corridor.
How long have you been down here, buddy? Since apparently you can't do things. Alright, middle of the corridor. Hello! Watson, you're not in the middle of the... Watson! What if they got you? I'm assuming, yeah, the rest of these are gonna be empty. Okay. Hans. There he is. Scribbling notes on the
Hans
floor.
Schielmann, I require some information from you.
So, who do we have here? The celebrated Sherlock Holmes
I like his so
himself.
like
Do you know
stereotypical
that for all the
German
time I
villain
have
high
spent
pitched
rotting
like
in here,
it's
you
a
are
rotting
my
in here
first and only visitor.
voice.
I think this is
Oh,
cause
dear.
for celebration. A confrontation between two geniuses.
Yes.
Two extraordinary
I definitely
minds.
wasn't in a Marvel movie.
I'm afraid that you are not quite as great a chemist as you believe you are, Mr. Schielmann. I will not say that you never were. No, it was certainly true once. But you see, while you are whiling away your days in here, it appears that someone on the outside is at the point of surpassing you, if that is not already the case.
Yes, I heard about that. A chemical poison that eats away at the flesh and provokes hysteria. I recognize talent when I see it.
How did you
but it's
hear
only a
about it?
matter of time before I win back my laurels. Believe me.
What can you tell me?
That depends on what you can bring to me.
What do you want?
What do you want?
Do you know why I am treated so harshly? For my meals, I am given nothing but a hunk of bread, and even then, not
Good
just
shape
any
then if you've
sort.
just been eating moldy
Get to the
bread.
point.
Never interrupt me! Where was I?
And thus he turned into
Oh,
a
yes,
jackrabbit
the
and
bread.
leaped around his
Did you
cell like a
know that
crazy man.
With a little rye yeast, a pinch of moss, certain cockroach secretions, just enough light and damp, with a few other ingredients that I will keep quiet about, I succeeded in poisoning half the staff here. Unfortunately, a little something was omitted, which would have made the results fatal. Instead, it merely caused acute attacks of stress and powerful hallucinations.
Fun.
Even so, I got a great laugh out of watching them cry like babies when they saw their most primitive fears materializing before them.
I like this dude.
You are a monster, Mr. Shielman.
Thank you.
It
Thank
wasn't a compliment.
But of course it was! You others, you ordinary, narrow-minded people, you are afraid of anything that you cannot comprehend. You call me a monster because what you find impossible to face is just the slightest fraction of my genius. If by monster you mean someone who is nothing like you, then it is a compliment.
What do you need?
Very little. Just something to write with. You see, my brain races like an engine with too many thoughts. I see them crackle and explode into thousands of formulae right in front of me. What a torture not to be able to write them down. What a hell to see them vanish just as quickly as they appear to me. Just bring me something that I can write with.
That's all. That seems an easy enough request to fulfill.
But listen, I don't want a vulgar inkwell and a pigeon's feather. No, I need material fit for my talent. I want my ink pen. Bring it to me, and I will be happy to
They have it
pass
here in the
on to
prison,
you
or that's going to be a very long
of
trip.
my
Alright,
knowledge
Watson, we're
of
going to
modern
Germany to
chemistry.
find his stuff, although he's
Where
been
is it?
in jail for a while.
It was
so who knows?
confiscated upon my arrival here.
Oh,
I suppose it
handy.
might be in my locker, in the locker room. Leave me now, and don't come back without my ink pen.
Sounds good.
See you soon, Mr. Holmes.
See you soon, Mr. Holmes. Yes. Yeah. Alright, I'm walking down the middle. I wonder what happens if I don't walk down the middle.
You've been lucky, little brother. Otherwise, your goose would have been cooked.
Okay. Do you have a response to this?
Hey, brother. Lucky for you that they caught you before I rearranged your dirty little rat's face.
Yeah, you have this whole block of empty cells. You know they hate each other. Why put them across from each other?
Warden Mackenzie, at your service, sir.
Oh, that's it? Okay. I'm going back upstairs. I'll be back in a minute. Or not. This door? This door. Yeah, I thought these were supposed to be locked with a code. Oh, I see. Alright. There was a cutting.
The guards must spend long hours here.
Yeah.
It is the guard's guest book, perhaps for distinguished guests.
Ooh, I like how they
These
just leave
weapons
these
are
guns
obviously
and ammo.
ready to use in case of emergency.
Yeah, but it's also a very bad place to keep them. Okay. Level of security administration. Maintenance. I thought they said that they...
Leads to the high security area, where the most dangerous
I thought they said
prisoners
they
are locked
blocked
up.
this up.
Closed.
Yeah, that's not blocked up at all. What kind of prison are you running here? Alright, what are we looking for? We're looking for... locker room? Cloakroom? Check room? Entryway?
Closed.
Ah! I'm gonna go ask Miss Secretary Lady. Miss Secretary Lady!
Miss, may we borrow the keys to the locker room?
You will need authorization from the director to open that door. If you wait a moment, then I will inform him.
We will wait, thank you.
He's probably got some kind of like crazy poison in his
Anything
pen
new,
here.
Mr. Holmes? Is your investigation advancing?
Yes. It's an investigation, alright.
Mr. Holmes, have you been able to get what you wanted from our lodger?
Not yet. We must first cast light upon a crucial point, and for that we require your help again.
What can I do?
We need to examine Shieldman's civilian clothing.
Very well, but be extremely careful.
What do you mean?
In that madman's compartment, you will find a strange little coded case which refused point blank to open when he was incarcerated. We did try to force it, but without
Yay,
success.
another puzzle box!
Didn't you ask the experts?
Of course we did. Experts from Scotland Yard came to examine it, but they came to the conclusion that it was better that the case remained shut than tamper with it too much.
Probably.
I see. They were afraid that some poison or other might escape if it was opened.
Exactly. Bear in mind that this man is an evil genius, a master poisoner, and that his poisons are never ordinary. Here's the key to the locker room. I give you the authorization to open it.
I like how he hasn't contacted Scotland Yard to make sure that I'm legit.
Miss Patterson, the guards are still waiting for you to put up the duty list. Do it as soon as possible. Without it, the changing of the guard cannot take place. Or had you forgotten?
Holmes is like, what now?
Dry your tears, miss. I'm certain that your father didn't mean to hurt you.
Mr. Watson, I can't put up the duty list. And when he finds out, he'll be furious.
Why can't you?
It's in my locker, in the cloakroom, and I've lost the key.
Your aunt.
Say no more, Holmes. As you keep repeating, time is against us. Let's go and look at the things in the rat killer's locker.
Suspicious. Okay. Cloakroom. Oh, there's a door. There's a bunch of these doors don't have names. Where is the locker room? You don't get to. Yeah, I don't. Maintenance.
Closed.
Oh, locker room, oh, locker room. Oh, hey, look, there's even prisoners hanging out in jail. That's cool. Yeah.
Cleaning materials, otherwise known as a broom cupboard. Nothing of interest here.
Should probably have these keys equipped, huh?
Closed.
Alright, we'll just use all these doors. Let's see.
Closed.
Well, there's not one that says locker room. Unless it's the cloakroom.
Staff cloakroom.
Yeah, see, staff cloakroom. Unless maybe it's this one? Oh. That says check room, not the locker room. What?
The locker room. This is where the prisoners' things are kept.
Thank you, Watson. Why didn't you just call it the locker room, Frogwares? D. Flint. J. Flint. Ah. I like how his is a different color.
Here is the locker of our friend, Hans, the mad scientist.
Oh, what a jumble.
It's 3 things.
Blotting paper. A paper knife. This solid box must hold a precious object. Let us see.
Oh dear.
Science.
As soon as the catastrophe came to be known, the alarm from mouth to mouth was blown, and the city rang out all o'er the town. Good heavens, the Tay Bridge is blown down, and a passenger train from Edinburgh, which filled all the people's hearts with sorrow and made them turn pale, because none of the passengers were saved to tell the tale how the disaster happened on the last Sabbath day of 1879, which will be remembered for a very long time. William Topaz McGon. Am I supposed to use like these that are molded? Okay, I was gonna say, because that doesn't make any sense.
A poem in Hans's handwriting. I can't do that. No, I can't do that.
Put a hole in it.
Blotting paper. Blotting paper.
Interesting.
Nothing of it. Blotting paper. I can't. I can't do that. I can't do that. Blotting paper.
Grab this.
This cannot be a simple coincidence.
Ca. Calcium. Calcium.
Keep going.
I can't do that.
Oh, there's little holes.
I can't do that.
Are any
I
of
can't
these
do
little
that.
holes? Did all of them?
I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't do.
Okay, so C A B R S and H. So C A. I just had it last time. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. B R S H.
No, that's not all.
Perfect.
Haha! Victory!
What is written on that note, Holmes?
Later, Watson, later. We can give Hans his pen.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Nice. Look at that. Can we break into their lockers? That would be fun. Steal everything. There's now a theft. Okay, Watson, you're in the way. Shoot.
What a bunch of incompetents. Oh, if I was as unprofessional as that, there would be murderers running all over the town.
What?
What's the matter? Are you a patient of Dr. Watson?
Very amusing.
I was going on about the dry cleaners in Westgate Street. They've just delivered my ceremonial uniform in the middle of my duty, when I've told them 1,000 times not to bring it until after 6 in the evening.
A ceremonial uniform? You've been promoted?
No, and that's not about to happen. No, I've been invited to a wedding. I mean, I hope to be. I'm in trouble. If the director sees that I've left my post, I'll be sacked without pay.
Give it to me, Warden Brighton. I'll take care of it for you.
Really? Thanks a lot. Here's the key to the cloakroom and that of my locker.
Okay.
I'm really grateful, Mr. Holmes.
What have you got in mind, Holmes? You're not doing this out of kindness, are you?
No, out of curiosity. We will be able to access the cloakroom with these keys.
Yeah, why wouldn't you just go ask one of them to borrow their key?
Closed.
No, is that not the cloakroom key? Too many keys. Oh, there's another coat that looks exactly like mine. Oh, what was his name? Oh, it was Brighton. So then this one would be the key to his locker?
Sure.
Bicarbonate of soda. Brighton must have an upset stomach, caused by stress without a doubt. The name on the key is Jenny Patterson. That is interesting.
She stole his key. Ooh, anything we can steal? No. Alright, let's go give this to Jenny.
Let us go to the secretary's office.
That's not what I wanted. There we go. Oh, Jenny. I have your key. Yes.
But what could I have done with the keys?
That key? No.
But
Key?
what could I have done with the keys?
Oh, maybe I have to go in her locker. And then... Although she said keys. Alright, let's go back in the cloakroom. Jenny's locker. Jenny's locker. Jenny's locker.
Let us examine Miss Patterson's locker. The lock on this box is rather sophisticated.
Ooh.
Incredible. Is Jenny hiding something?
Ooh. Ooh. Oh. What is puzzle? What is... What?
Get on it. Make all the dots match.
Oh. Oh. Nope. Oh, this one.
It's really very clever.
That was easy.
Little Jenny is astonishing.
Easy. Easy peasy. Jenny Patterson, Frank Brighton. Single heart with two souls and eternal love.
A locket, sealing the relation between Jenny and Warden Brighton. Decidedly, this boy is not a great poet.
Service sheet. Aha! Basement guard, Warden O'Sullivan. Reception, Warden Brighton. On call in guard room, Warden Mackenzie. Coordination, Chief Warden James.
Here is the famous guard duty list. Interesting.
My Jenny, let's get married. Never mind the consequences. Your father will have to accept the fact that we are in love. Think about the baby and don't forget that. I love you, 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 and I've written you a poem. Jenny Patterson, your heart pounds, mine weighs a ton. Our love has no bounds. It just goes on and on. That's a horrible poem. I was inspired by the great Chinese poets to write it. The courageous my honey bun, your Frankie.
A letter from Brighton to Jenny.
What a
Barely
badge.
literate.
Apparently, Jenny is carrying Brighton's child, and it seems that Jenny's father, the director, is unaware of this.
Interesting. Oh, actually, yeah, let's look and see what badge I got. Aha! A fine romance. The most winning woman I ever knew was hanged for poisoning. But I digress. You found the letter. Okay. Why wouldn't I find it? Like, that's the weirdest part about this game sometimes, is that it gives you, badges for things that are just part of the plot.
Isn't it fun to get nice shiny badges?
I mean, I guess you could
We
skip
have found
this
the
quest,
guard duty
'cause you could
cards,
just
miss.
go give him his
If you
pen
like, I
and
can
not
go and discreetly
care.
give them to the guards.
So,
Oh, thank you. You've got me out of a lot of trouble, Mr. Holmes.
you didn't want to mention anything else I might have found in your locker? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go, Watson. We got a pen to deliver. Do I need to show you guys my badge again, or are we good? No, we're good? Okay, good.
Sorry, Mr. Holmes, you can't go into the basement for the moment.
For what reason?
The door has locked itself automatically.
Oh, okay. So
must
you
enter
would
a
have
new
had to go
security
get it.
code.
So that
Do
the
it
new guard.
then.
Miss Patterson hasn't put up the guard duty list yet. Without that information, we don't know who's authorised to take note of the new code.
So Mackenzie is locked in the high security zone.
Yes, but don't worry about him. He's trained for this sort of dysfunction.
Why not ask the director to take note of the code and open the door?
He isn't allowed to, and I doubt that he would run the risk of going against the orders of the administration centre. Anyway, the
very
bars in the high
convoluted
security section are joined to the alarm system, which is in that
What if
room.
the person who's supposed
We
to be on
only need
duty
to
is
sound
sick?
it to unblock, but
Then what
you
do
see,
they
we
do?
can't do that now.
We'll try to find the duty list, Warden James.
Already did.
We have found Chief Warden James's duty list.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
From 2.
Let's see. O'Sullivan, it's you who takes over from Mackenzie. Take note of the code, please, and unblock the door.
At once, Chief. Ah, Mr. Holmes, could I ask you for a favour?
You were going down the
Please
basement.
do.
I think I can say on behalf of all the staff that we would be honoured if you would care to write something in our guest book.
With pleasure, O'Sullivan.
Ooh, is this what's his face's pen? That could be bad.
You seem worn out, O'Sullivan. A good night's sleep would do you good.
Good night's sleep would do me
Supposed to
good.
go
You're right,
to the
Mr. Holmes.
basement.
Is something worrying you?
As you know, Westgate Prison will soon be demolished, and I'm spending most of my nights studying for my exam to join the police. You understand, I have to think about my future.
Oh yeah, so sleep
So
isn't a
sleep
priority,
isn't
but
a
I'm a
priority.
guard at a high security prison.
Scotland
you know.
Yard is always looking for young, competent, and motivated men. Would a letter of recommendation from me allow you to get some sleep?
What? A letter from Mr. Sherlock Holmes recommending me for Scotland Yard? Are you quite serious?
Completely serious, my young friend. May I use this writing paper? The one on your desk.
1,000 thanks, Mr. Holmes. 1,000 thanks.
It is addressed to Inspector Baines, a good friend of mine. There's no need to remind you that it must be opened only by the person to whom it is addressed.
Yes, of course.
Oh.
I'll give it to him
Oh,
personally.
it's written with the pen.
Thank you
It's probably
again,
gonna
Mr.
poison him.
Holmes.
This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad, guys.
At your service, Mr.
Shouldn't have
Holmes.
clicked on that. It's just gonna be bad.
This
No,
device
no, no, no.
must
We
be
know
the
that.
alarm.
Alright, Hans. So you haven't switched yet. What? You don't switch? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Watson not coming with you?
Apparently not. He didn't want to come with me. I've been ditched.
Well,
Well, here's your pen, sir. Oh, now he's here. He's magic.
You have what you wanted, your precious pen.
you seem annoyed, Mr. Holmes. I would even go so far as to say terribly worried.
Worried?
Why should you care, Mr. Shielman? Let's talk about that poison.
I am not talking about you in the grip of natural emotions found in ordinary people who are confronted by the inexplicable. But as for Mr. Holmes, you are embarrassed, aren't you? Are you hiding something?
That is enough, Shielman.
You have kept your word. Therefore, I will keep mine. At this moment, the poison which so interests you isn't finished yet. Its maker is encountering great difficulties in attaining the desired results.
What is the end result?
Now, Mr. Holmes, the end result of any science, as Descartes once said, to become the master and owner of nature.
Fun.
Here we are talking about human nature, of course. And the creator's problem isn't so much the mixture as the durability of his creation.
What do you mean?
You see, this poison was made using rare but very volatile short-living compounds, which means that it is only possible to produce small quantities, which most importantly do not keep for a long time. Conceiving such a product in a laboratory especially built for the purpose could be achieved by any good chemist. But
Look at Watson's eyebrows like twitching.
on
And
another
his eyes are
scale,
wide. He's
and
just had
keeping it
enough.
ready at any moment, observing the particular conservation and storing conditions that a substance of this type requires. Well, that would need a genius. I doubt if the creator of this mixture would be capable.
And you would be, of course.
Of course.
Luckily, you are going to spend the rest of your life in prison.
Luck is cyclical. It always comes around again, sooner or later. As far as I am concerned, I have the feeling that the cycle is going to be very short.
Probably because of his pen.
Holmes, it sounds to me as though this Shielman is implying
Guys are
that an
walking down
escape
the middle
attempt will be made.
hallway.
Yes, we must go and warn the director.
Alright, let's go warn the director. Hey, buddy. Yeah, now he's swapped. Apparently. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Oh, you're up here now. You don't go home? Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. And really, this instead of secretary should say like director's office or something, because
It is out of the question that your bastard is named Patterson. Very well. You refuse to reveal the father to me? Well, then go and join him. I'm not stopping you.
I can't.
Director, you will have to postpone this small family reunion. We believe that a serious scheme is afoot. We must act without delay.
You're not thinking of...
Yes, Shielman's words leave no room for doubt. It seems that he is planning an escape attempt. We strongly advise you to search his cell.
Do you really believe that he's hiding something? Because I must make an official report and have a legitimate reason for doing a search.
well,
Director, if this prison is still in operation, it is solely because of its reputation. Think of the consequences of an escape. It would be closed at once. And what post do you imagine would be offered to the person deemed responsible?
You're right. No one will escape from Westgate under Patterson. I will order an immediate search of Mr. Shielman's cell.
you can just switch him into a different cell.
Chief Warden James reporting. The search of prisoner Hans Shielman's cell has been carried out. No suspicious items were found.
Thank
What about
you,
his pen?
Chief
Yeah. I think you at least would have found that, unless
Without
maybe
wishing
is
to offend
suspicious,
you,
but if
Mr.
he's not supposed to
Holmes,
have
I
anything
am
on him.
glad that you were mistaken.
If I'm not mistaken, we've nothing more to do here. Shall we go, Holmes?
There's just one more thing for me to see, Watson.
What's that?
Mr. Holmes, sorry to interrupt you, but Miss Jenny wishes to see you alone. She's waiting for you in her office.
This, Watson.
How did you know?
Wait for me in the guards' room. I won't be long.
What an extraordinary gentleman that Sherlock Holmes is. You must have had lots of adventures with him.
Oh, yes, dozens.
Thought he was infallible, but there wasn't anything out of the way in the rat killer's cell. Could he have been mistaken?
I must admit...
Warden Brighton, in my office immediately. That's an order.
The director seems
wasn't
furious.
allowed to leave his post.
Yes. It must be important for him to order Brighton to leave his post.
It's probably going to be
I
bad.
wouldn't want to be in his shoes.
Did you hear that?
Yes, that's not normal. I've never heard
Probably
French
going to go
shout
out the
like
other
that.
door and out
why doesn't
because there's no one
O'Sullivan
at the
sound
front
the
door
alarm?
post.
Follow me, Mackenzie. Let's go and have a look.
I'll come with you.
No, Dr. Watson, you're not allowed in. Wait for me here.
Very well.
Quick, Watson, to the front door. To the front door.
But, the grill is blocked, Chief.
We've been locked in. And that smoke, it's coming from below. O'Sullivan! Can you hear us?
Sully, are you alive? Answer us, Sully.
What's going on? Can I help you?
Sound the alarm in the guards room. That should unblock the door.
Uh-oh.
Be quick.
That's going to be bad because
O'Sullivan
going to
might be in
unlock the other
danger.
door, which was apparently blocked up, but it wasn't. What? This alarm? Nope. Not this alarm. Watson.
It doesn't work. Locked.
Bum, 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 bum.
Locked. O'Sullivan, can you hear me? O'Sullivan, answer me.
Yes, I'm here. Quick, get me out of here. The Flints have escaped, and they are fighting like dogs. Help!
It's not
It's a
O'Sullivan.
catastrophe.
How could you not tell that that's not O'Sullivan? What am I supposed to be doing?
Getting the alarm to work.
Oh. Maybe this box? There's an electric box here. Nope.
There is nothing interesting here.
Holmes!
There is nothing interesting here.
Holmes! Holmes! Yeah, how could Watson not tell that that was what's-his-face?
The door is locked, and I can hear shouting and crying. We're in the middle of some family drama, so there's no chance of them hearing me.
Okay.
I must sound the alarm.
How do I do that?
I must sound the alarm.
That's not helpful.
There is nothing interesting here.
You must sound the alarm.
Ah! What if I break out?
There is nothing interesting here.
How does one sound an alarm? Ah! Is there an alarm here? No. Is there a hole in the wall? You guys run a very weird prison.
It doesn't work.
Yeah. No. Nothing here. Whoa, what the heck?
They're standing right there.
Oh.
Hey, what are you waiting for to sound the alarm, Doctor?
It's impossible. It's been damaged. I'll run and warn the director.
No, Doctor. Our priority is to save O'Sullivan. Go ahead through the visitors' corridor.
I did
See
that.
if he answers your call.
Yeah, I thought you said
Very well.
that entrance had been blocked.
Take the keys. They're in our room.
What, that one uses keys? Interesting. Keys.
Go save. Oh, Sullivan.
Yeah, go save the very now German.
It
or
doesn't
something.
work.
Useless! This door is blocked by the timer, but not the one below. Give me the keys, quickly!
Switch. No, go switch to the other one. No. Whee! Oh,
I
my
got the
arm
keys,
just went
Doctor.
right through
Thank
that
you.
door.
Follow me, Watson. We must repair the alarm.
No.
Finally. There you are, Holmes.
Just gonna get out.
Oh, Watson's fault.
I'm going to turn on the system.
Oh, dear.
Watson, you make sure of the contact.
I hope that this isn't dangerous.
What? Oh no. Oh. Oops. Ah! Oops. Oops. Ah! It's a good thing that this isn't. Ah! 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 Okay, we're going. Ah! No! Ah! It's a good thing this isn't a very important task. Oh, I can do it with arrow keys. That's so much easier.
Good thing no one's life is at stake here.
There we go. It was so much easier with arrow keys. As soon as I switched to arrow keys, I got it.
Be careful. From what your colleague said, the flints are out.
We are trained for this sort of situation.
You are?
And we're armed.
Come and help us, Watson.
And meanwhile, other dude is out.
Everything is back to normal. Thank you for your help, gentlemen.
It was a pleasure.
But where is O'Sullivan?
He's no longer here. He must have gone out through the visitor's entrance.
Yes, and he must be pleased to have gotten out of the basement.
Good. We must now check all the cells.
So
It's
is that was the
procedure in case
visitor
of an
then? Why
alarm.
didn't I get to go?
We'll come and help you.
You are evidently fond of wasting time, my dear fellow. Rejoin me at the reception when you've finished.
Okay.
The grate is open. This is alarming. He's fine where he is, under the cover, still.
How can he sleep with all this noise?
I'll admit it's not
Sullivan and
normal.
he's dead.
Perhaps the smoke has poisoned him. I had better take a look.
Be careful, Doctor. He is dangerous.
It's not.
O'Sullivan!
It's impossible. He was with us only a few moments ago. Or else...
Or else it wasn't O'Sullivan.
My God, he's escaped. The rat killer has escaped.
Yeah, we got that.
Hold on.
Holmes, I let out the rat killer. Holmes.
I don't know accents.
Yeah, apparently I can't tell the difference between a German and a British accent. I'm that incompetent. Holmes.
Ah, Holmes, there you are. Hans has escaped. I fear that this inquiry is a bitter defeat for us.
Not at all, my dear fellow. Quite the contrary. Follow me.
Why the devil have you brought me behind the prison?
We have an appointment, Watson.
Ooh. Did we let him out?
Look who is waiting for us.
Shielman! I'll go back and alert the guards.
Calm down. He's harmless.
But what is he doing here? Why hasn't he run away?
Because I asked him not to.
Are you telling me that you helped him to escape?
Quite so, as he wouldn't have been able to do so alone.
But how? And why? He's a dangerous madman. Holmes, you've made me an accomplice in this escape.
You were the one
You
who
owe me
couldn't
some
tell that he
explanation.
was
And
German.
you will have them. But my priority for the moment is to remove our new friend to a safe place. I won't be long, but I must go alone. I'll rejoin you later. Just give me your next destination.
Very well. I suppose you know what you're doing.
How could you doubt it? Here, take the notes. They will help you when you write up the account of our visit to Westgate. So, where do I find you?
The next step of our investigation should take place in the Whitechapel area.
Good. Go then, and I'll rejoin you there.
Ooh. Holmes' notes regarding the way that he helped Hans Schumann to escape from prison are so extraordinary that I feel that it would be better to transcribe word for word the conversation that we had afterwards regarding this matter. I felt the impatience in my friend's look, however he delayed relaying to me the details of his incredible achievement. He began by telling me about Hans Schumann's fountain pen. This is what he said. Oops. The key to the escape was actually Hans Schumann's fountain pen. I discovered a note inside Schumann's locker. I can quote it to you from memory. Whoever is smart enough to open this case should know that a couple of drops of my masterpiece are mixed together with the ink inside the pen's reservoir. If you are reading this note, it means that I am in a tight spot, so understand that my special ink will temporarily destroy the will of anyone it touches. Therefore, you will have a few precious seconds during which you can shape the subject's will. If you recognize my genius, use this knowledge to get me out of the embarrassing situation that I'm undoubtedly in. Schumann has left this instrument for his future escape inside a case secured by a devious combination. That way he could ensure that none of the prison staff would find it, other than a well-informed friend. Understanding this, I decided to play along with him with a double game, but of my own. I would help him escape, but I would also keep him under control by using his own creation on him. I allowed Schumann to commence the game by giving him his pen, and then I started to advance my pawns. My first move was to persuade the director that it was necessary to search the cell. I therefore passed the ball into Schumann's court by giving him the opportunity with Warden James. He did not waste it. He coated the bars of his cell with the poisoned ink, and Warden James, whose hands were contaminated, was under his control for a few seconds. He discreetly and quite simply ordered James to give him the keys. The ball was then back in my court. Now I had to find a way to neutralize Warden O'Sullivan, who was to be the basement guard, as we discovered when we found Miss Patterson's duty sheet. I must admit that the young warden helped me enormously by asking me to sign the prison visitor's book. Absorbed in the tale, I went over the chronology of the events in my mind. I remarked that Holmes had already signed the visitor's book before giving Schumann his pen. He replied in the most annoyed tone. Exactly, I anticipated it, and it was because of that I managed to get a step ahead in my game with Schumann. I was leading the race, and all the while he believed it to be the other way around. Schumann did not suspect that I already used his poison, and thought that O'Sullivan being asleep was a godsend. He therefore was not suspicious about the letter of reference that he found inside the warden's pocket. Holmes then returned to the point at which he had broken from his tale to point out that, to me, the lack of pertinence to my remark. Oh, that's it. Continue. But do not put the cart before the horse, Watson. Do not let me continue. So by merely touching the fresh ink upon the page of the visitor's book, O'Sullivan was under my control. I suggested a state of advanced drowsiness, but ordered him to not do anything immediately, just sufficient for him to be unable to resist a siesta during his guard duty. Later, after the changing of the guard, Schumann used the keys to let himself out of the cell. He hit the sleeping O'Sullivan over the head and exchanged his prison uniform for the warden's. He then created a smokescreen by using the ingredients that I had given it to him: sugar from Miss Patterson's tea tray, Brighton's bicarbonate of soda, potassium nitrate from the guard's room, and sulfur from a few matches. He used the key ingredients to free the Flint brothers. The two ruffians leapt at each other's throats and made the very dickens of a noise. He had the diversion he needed to leave the high-security area, and that is the moment where you entered the game, Watson. Thinking that you were helping O'Sullivan, you allowed Hans Schumann to open the corridor annex bars by throwing him the keys. On my side, I opened the second lot by turning the alarm on again. In light of Holmes's explanation, I began to see my actions during this episode from quite another angle. I was troubled by the way that he had used me, without my having any idea at the time of the duplicity of my actions. I interrupted his monologue to refer to the guards who had not realized what was happening, and who were occupied with restraining the Flint brothers. Holmes continued, Exactly. So there was now only one obstacle in front of Schumann, Warden Brighton, on the reception desk at the front of the building. I interrupted again, but it was the director who summoned him so insistently, Holmes. You won't have me believe that he was an accomplice in this escape. Of course not. I provoked the director's rage towards Brighton. Too impatient, I could not stop myself from asking how. I discovered that Jenny Patterson and Brighton were lovers. I also knew that the director did not have any idea about their affair, and that he would surely fall into a foul rage if he found out. I asked him if that was also the reason why Miss Patterson had been summoned. Yes, she knew that I had opened her locket to find the guard's duty list, and so she knew that I was aware of her affair with Brighton. She wanted to make sure that I would not say anything. I pointed out that it had been rather unfeeling on his part to have told the director everything, reminding him of his promise to the young woman. He denied it in a somewhat hypocritical manner. I did not see anything. I simply left the lover's letter inside the urgent correspondence box in the secretary's office, knowing that they would be delivered to him a few minutes later, thereby provoking his anger. Oh dear. The director shouted at Brighton, who rushed off to the secretary's office. Schumann now had nothing to stand between him and the front door. Another question leapt to my mind, and not the least important one. Why did he not simply run away once he was outside? Why did he wait? If I was not disappointed by my friend's answer. It is evident, my dear Watson. If he did not run away, then it was only thanks to the aforementioned step ahead of which I told you. It gave me enough time to write the letter of recommendation for O'Sullivan with the poisoned pen. It was in the pocket of the uniform, and Schumann could not resist reading it when he found it. But what was written in that letter? Not very much, just congratulations on your escape, wait for me here. I gaped at him, and that is how the first and only escape from the most inviolable prison in the kingdom came to pass. A scenario which, without a doubt, will prove to be the focus of police college studies for a long time to come as one of the most extraordinary escapes in the history of modern prison. There we go.
Here we are in the heart of Whitechapel. Keep an eye on your wallet, Holmes. This area is the highest for pickpockets in all of the kingdom.
Wow,
Don't
those two
worry
ladies
about
are
my
exactly the
wallet,
same.
Watson. It would be easier to move Big Ben than to steal from me.
Or to
Hey!
borrow a shilling from
It's
you.
the kebab man!
Amusing, Watson. Really
It's the
very
kebab
amusing.
man!
Can we move on to more serious
The
matters?
kebab man,
I'm
yeah!
listening, Holmes.
Kebabs for cats, yeah, meep meep. Wasn't that one of the Flint brothers over there?
Could be.
Alright, well I think I'm gonna leave this episode here. That was quite fun, Prison Break. Watson is an idiot, as per usual. So thanks for joining me. Isn't it also the landlady from the house? Just in a different colored dress? Oh, okay. It's just the same model. And that's the prison director! What's he doing here? What? I'm very confused now. Anyways, we're gonna leave this episode here before I become even more confused. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.